grid right now. All right. There are so many examples among the grid where we can see this. It is not. Perez is not that guy. Okay. Perez is not that guy right now. Well, I don't want to say Perez is not that guy. I'm going to say Perez is where he is. Perez is where he is. It looked as if maybe at some point in time Perez was going to have something, but let's do this. All right, let's go ahead and do a wheel spin real quick because we have somebody, Baraka, who indeed participated in kickback quality trivia. And while doing so, the brother actually won kickback quality trivia. So we're going to give a big shout out to Baraka. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to spin this wheel so that we can see the money that Baraka is about to collect. All right, that's what we're about to do. Let's go ahead and get the wheel on camera and see if he's going to get a $50 or $25 gift card real quick so we can go ahead and get to these race notes and talk about some things. But Baraka, we're about to spin the wheel for you, brother. See if you're going to get a $25 or $50 gift card. That wheel is off and spinning. And what is it going to be? Oh, snap. $50. Baraka just got $50. He just got a $50 gift card. Big shout out to Baraka. Make sure you get me your shipping address, sir, so I can send you that gift card. $50 for playing kickback quality trivia is what Baraka just won. Give me your address, sir. I'm going to make a note right here that it is $50 for you that is going to come in the mail by way of a Visa gift card. Baraka, congratulations. All right, so also we got some super chats in here, so let me get to the super chats before we get to a lot of other things. So in this super chat we have Jesse James Bell comes in, starts it off hot. Los Ford MWAP was the first one in there. Mass Perez Lewis. All right, so Jesse James Bell says, why don't they just give the championship first and second to Max and Checo, sit them out so we can watch some fair racing and third place championship, or cap the power output of every car the same, or go back to the old style cars. Jesse James Bell, you share a very you have a very shared opinion by many. I think that is something that they definitely probably are not going to do. It's not a bad suggestion, but it's something that you can't do. Third place right now is where the battle is. If you want to watch to see something uncertain, if you want to watch to see something that may not be. Also, Perez, unless he continues this, it's possible we could see that there will continue to be a hope that there may be somebody different in second place. Perez, up until now, has not been very consistent at putting the Red Bull on podium throughout the course of this season, okay? So that is something to be said. I also want to go ahead and comment on some other things as well, but I'm going to get my super chats done because these people came in hot. Derwin Hill says, good race, a lot of battles and overtakes. I was saying that same thing, Derwin. I was like, yo, there was a lot of overtakes this race. This race had a lot of overtakes, and I thought that was very interesting, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the midfield battle. There was a consistent midfield battle throughout the course of this GP, and that was entertaining. That was exciting. And I think what people are looking for is for that type of battle to happen throughout the grid, at least from the top 15 and up, okay? And it's not happening. It's very stagnant. And I'm going to say this. I don't want to almost say it. I'm going to say it. There was a bit of slight. There was a bit of disrespect in a situation that was occurring today on track with Max Verstappen and Red Bull. All right, I'm going to say it because it's true. Okay, some of the comments made over the radio were not only unnecessary, but it tells you literally that it's not only the driver, but it is the fastest car on the grid to where you can be comfortable enough to try to say what Max Verstappen said. All right, and we will get to that. Derwin Hill, yes, very nice racing. Mary Beanie says Perez should have got a penalty for the weaving lap. Yeah, Perez should have. That was, but Max hasn't even gotten that penalty, right? Max has very aggressively started off a race weaving over, and Perez did the same thing. So if Perez had got a penalty or received a penalty for something just like that, I got to say that I probably would have been even a bit more suspect about a Perez penalty when Max has done it and not gotten it. And I think that's where some of the problems with a lot of people are coming in, is the fact that Max does things, doesn't get penalized, while other drivers or certain drivers may get penalized. And that's only a fair perspective. But Mary Beanie, you said Lewis Hamilton was going to have this day. And let's just look at the race result from the race. Lewis Hamilton coming in fourth. And this is what I was concerned about. And I got to go ahead and congratulate Ferrari for at least showing up, or Charles, because they had a very challenging day. Sainz ended up going out and having to be retired due to damage. Pia, my driver, my rookie, making a mistake or making a decision to be very aggressive in a moment where he had done that before and it cost him, and he did it today and it cost him his race. He was out of that race. It cost Sainz later on to be retired. Fortunately for Ferrari, Charles was able to take a car that seemed to be decent today, competitive today, and take that car and get a podium, another podium, which he probably needed and they needed. But it kept Hamilton off. Now, I will say this. I have to give extreme credit to Mercedes for at least in the attempt to try to undercut Charles. But Ferrari did a very good job in combating that and covering and coming out. Had it not been for that, and I got to give Mercedes props for this, that was good strategy. Mercedes, that was good strategy. What you did there was what you need to continue to do throughout the rest of the season, because that was good strategy. You called it probably much at the most optimal time. It was just that Ferrari did a very good job today and covered that off. Can't be mad about that. Mary Beanie. Also, Jesse James Bell put Lewis in a Red Bull. He would crush Max. That's a fact. That's a fact. I do truly believe still Lewis Hamilton's crafts, race ability, potential, his experience, if he's in the RB19, yes, he's going to crush Max. But he's not, and Mercedes have to find a way to build a car to combat Red Bull's dominance and Max's ability in that car. But Jesse James Bell, without a doubt, brother, you are absolutely correct about that. In my opinion, I believe you're correct about that. Derwin Hill comes back and says, Max beefing with his engineer was hilarious. Let me tell you what was really hilarious. What was really hilarious is the fact that Max's engineer said, I need you to basically shut the hell up and trust what I'm doing. This is my job. Do you think that you got where you are by way of only yourself? Is that what you think? Bro, no. Max's engineer was like, Max, you drive the car. Red Bull, Honda, they build the car. I tell you what we need to do to be optimal on track, and I've done a pretty good damn job at doing that. What I need you to do, don't argue with me. Don't say shit to me, Max. Just do what I tell you to do and trust me. I don't want to hear the chatty pattiness. Max's engineer, I got to give Max engineer some props. He got some balls. He is like literally like, I don't give a damn if you 2-3-time champion, if you undefeated right now. You're only that because of an entire team effort, not your own self. You're only that because this car is the fastest car on the grid, not yourself. Yourself, you are a good driver. Do your job, I do my job, they do their job, we all win and we keep winning. Max, shut the hell up and trust me. I got to give his engineer some props for that, because a lot of engineers, or some people, let me not say a lot, some people in a situation when you have an athlete that is so, Max is not like, he's not a big star, but when you have an athlete that is so great at what they do and they're doing a great job at it, you tend to kind of want to take a backseat and say, hey, I'll let you call the shot. You do what you want to do. But his engineer's not having it. So I give props to that, because it takes a lot to stand up to somebody that's in your team that is looked at here, and you may be looked at kind of around here, but his engineer ain't having that, bro. That shit was hilarious, Darren. You ain't lying about that, bro. I was rolling. I had already made note on that. Let me see. Baraka, congratulations, bro. $50 to you, bro. $50 for winning Kickback Quality Trivia. I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all trying to get some money, if y'all trying to come have a good time with a platform that just is family oriented, this is the spot. Come play, chill with us. This week, we're going to be racing live on Esports F1 23 on Sundays. Tomorrow, F1 Minute Live. We're going to have some hot topics because we got a lot of things to unpack during this GP, but it's your job to unpack them. So big shout out to that. The Mechanic says, looking forward to Wolfpack Grudge Race because it's more entertaining. Gave up and hoping for next year. Hey, I was just talking about that. The Mechanic, I'm telling you, Grudge Racing here. Come mess with with us. Come get down with us. Galactic says, I knew Lewis was going to take the world driving P3 from Alonso. Now time to take Perez out. Red Bull is not checking for Perez. Russell talking crap has backfired. And you're right. Russell, it's not looking good for you, bro. It's not looking good for you. I'm just telling you, it's not looking good for you, Russell. While Hamilton finishes 4th, Russell finishes 6th. And I have still yet to see a lot of people in my comment sections, in social media chats, say anything about how Hamilton is outperforming Russell while they were so busy talking that shit last season. Where are you? Why have I not heard? Why have I not heard any of this? Do you not keep the same energy? Or are you very heavy? I mean, I know I get called biased, but you must be hella double standard, because Hamilton is clearly outperforming Russell throughout the course of the season up until now. Where's that talk? I don't know. Right? You tell me, Galactus. Find them. I haven't seen them. Come to F1 Minute, as a matter of fact. Matter of fact, I'm telling you, I keep inviting you haters. I keep inviting you haters to F1 Minute because you could come on live and talk that crap, but you never show up. I'm just saying, you can show up to F1 Minute tomorrow. It's probably going to come on. It's going to come on live. We're going to be here. Come on and say what you got to say. Let's hear it. Sylvia Witt Kelly, happy birthday, Lewis Beer. Big shout out and happy birthday to Lewis Beer. Definitely one of the family members in the chat. Definitely is somebody who is always in the comments section. So big happy birthday to you. I don't know if they're actually a family member, but I know they're here and a subscriber and a viewer of the channel quite a bit, and definitely drop some knowledge in the chat. Let me see who else we got next. Mary Beanie, Derek Warwick needs to go ASAP. He is too biased a Red Bull. I ain't gonna even debate that with you, Mary Beanie. I think a lot of people would agree with you. Red Bull is a one-trick pony. Can't pass without DRS. That is my next note. Wildcat, thank you very much. One of the Wolfpack Epic Grudge Racers. I'm glad Lewis got the fastest lap. Listen, let's talk about that. This is not the only time where we've seen that the Red Bull car was unable to very handedly pass another car while it was performing well without DRS. We saw it, what was that, Silverstone with Max Verstappen and Lando Norris, and then we saw it here with Max Verstappen and almost Lewis Hamilton until he got DRS. Lewis Hamilton lost DRS, fell out of DRS range with Charles. Then Max Verstappen had DRS. I just got to say, yes, it is true. I don't want to completely call them a one-trick pony, but that is one of their most impactful elements within that car. And without that, I think we clearly can see that it happened. Now, let's do also make mention that Max Verstappen, carrying a nice handed amount of speed up the S's, I think that's a Rouge, did a very good job passing, I believe at that time, Lando Norris. Or was it? No, it might have been Piastri before he ended up going out. But yeah, he ended up making that happen. So Pia got out of the race lap 3. So I think that might have been Norris. Either way it goes, a McLaren, and he did it well, and he did it very handily, and that car carried a lot of speed. But I think we've seen with cars that are becoming more competitive, the Red Bull car is very vulnerable without DRS. Not very vulnerable, is not as dominant without DRS. Like, that would be fair and more accurate to say, because the Red Bull car is not vulnerable at all until we see maybe a DNF, and then it's vulnerable or damage like Perez had, which was significant damage, and that would hinder any car under those circumstances. All right, so Wildcat, very true. Yes, and Lewis Hamilton, I want to talk about that. That was a very good strategy call also by now. We got Derwin Hill and the Mechanic coming in. Let me see what their super chat says. The Mechanic is up next. The Mechanic says Max Engineer probably got an offer from Merck and considering it. I heard he told Max to meet him in the parking lot after the race. It's on site now. Yeah, Max's engineer is not playing no games. Max Engineer not playing any games. Hey, can I get y'all to go ahead and hit that like button? It's free. Just hit the like button if you could. Just tap it and keep listening and keep adding to the comments. But hit that like button as you come in. Wipe your feet off on my rug. Don't go in my refrigerator. I'll get your drink. Sit down. Don't sit in my favorite seat on the couch, and let's have a good time. Yeah, it probably is on site because his manager, his engineer was like really not having that chatty pattiness from Mac. Derwin Hill says, does anybody think Perez first pit stop was suspect? The number one pit stop crew with a 3-second pit stop. We could probably consider that, but I don't think. I think, it's about around that time. I don't think, I will say this, like, if anything, we could probably say that they're not as motivated as when Max comes in. And maybe that's a natural human thing, right? You're not as motivated for somebody else as you are for another person. So that could quite possibly be something that is not too bad to say, not too off. Jesse James Bell says one time Derek Warwick said, let's drive. It just went up. Drive, get a turn in every car to balance out fair play back in the 80s. Okay. Reference McLaren Pro Senna winning almost all the races. Yo, Jesse James Bell dropping some historical facts on y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Jesse James Bell, he ain't playing. He woke up today like, I'm tired of this. I am absolutely tired of this. Thank you very much, Galactus, for taking care of those things too. Petra says, happy belated anniversary. Blessed Sunday to all as well. Hey, Petra, big shout out. Thank you. Thank you very much, Queen. I really do appreciate that. Much needed. It was awesome. By the way, I wish I brought the trophy down. The little one's second place on the podium. Did have an opportunity where she almost edged out the first place. Ended up locking up her brakes in the hairpin. Spun out. Luckily regained that position in second, but did not cover enough to get that first position back. And you know, it just happens that way. New card, new updates. The updates are now upgrades. She is considerably faster as far as pace. For her to be able to spin out and make up that gap, I mean, literally the gap, I'm going to post a picture of it. She made up that gap. She spun out, and I'm telling you, she was probably half a lap down. One mistake made by that driver as well, not as egregious as hers, but for her to make up that pace was absolutely awesome. She's got to get used to the car. It's more on the nose. It's more freed up. So she had to get adjusted, and she didn't have any free practice time to go into that. So she had free practice at the race, but no practice before that. So we're going to be at the track practicing. But back to this. But so big shout out to you, Petra, for that. So let's talk about some things. Today, Albon and Williams were on fire. All right. Outside of Logan Sargent. All right. Outside of Logan Sargent. They were on fire. And I got to say, it just came down to on fire for nothing. At the end of the day, it was not as good as it should have been. Galacticus with the super chat. Danny got one GP to show up. I'm about to talk about it. Yuki is crushing him. We about to get to it, bro. Trust me. We're about to get to that. So, but first, let's talk about Williams. I mean, Albon was making pass and overtake after overtake. Lap 4, he overtook Norris in the McLaren, which McLaren struggled today. But Norris still finished in the top 10, okay? Later on, Albon goes up to 7th to overtake a Ferrari, which indeed I do understand, a wounded Ferrari and Sainz, but still, we're talking about Williams. All right, we're talking about Williams. Let's give Albon some of his credit. But I still say all of that overtaking ended up being for nothing at the end of the day, literally. But still, Albon making pass and pass after pass to finish 14th. Meanwhile, Logan Sargent finishes 17th. Logan Sargent got another season. Logan Sargent got next season to show me something. Right now, he's a rookie. Next season, I need to see a considerable amount of progress from Logan Sargent. I really do. At this point in time, Albon has done a lot of things in this FW45 that I have not seen Logan do, okay, for him to try to be what a lot of people promoted him to be. I look back at his resume, and it wasn't really all of that. So I need to see some progress from that. If not, would it not be interesting if Williams decided to entertain acquiring Nick DeVries and dropping Logan Sargent after next season? I'm just saying, maybe that's a possibility. Maybe that's something we look at. By the way, we also have a new VIP member that we are going to present today, okay? So stick with me. We got a new VIP member that we're going to present, so I want you all to be around and congratulate them. We're going to do it soon, so we can go ahead and give them a big claps and hands up. New VIP member, all right? So, yeah, so we're talking about Albon right there. As well as, let's look. Norris was having McLaren was having a struggling day today. McLaren was absolutely struggling, okay? Galactus says Danny got one GP. That's what he says. So McLaren was struggling. Piastri goes out only by his own merit. He made the mistake, Got a little bit overzealous, I think, a little bit aggressive, but that's going to happen in racing. I don't want to condemn him for that. He made the similar mistake before earlier in the season. He's made it now, but look how much he's actually done. So that mistake that he made today is just like, hey, it's a wash. With all the good work you've done, try not to make it again. But I mean, P has been on point, so I'm not finna sit here and condemn him for that. The mechanic says, do you think Merc upgrades working? I do. I think their upgrades are working. If we take a look right here, we got to know that consistently, as of now, Hamilton and Mercedes have at least been looming or around, if not on podium or top 5. That's got to stand for something. But we also know it's not enough to challenge the Red Bull. It's not enough to challenge the RB19. The W14 is not there. And we got to know and wonder, is it going to be there next season? Is this something that we're going to be able to look forward to next season? Not only Mercedes, but what about Ferrari? Ferrari also struggling, but as of late have had some good fortune by way of Charles, not Sainz. Is there something there with Sainz? Is Ferrari going to consider that Ferrari might be one of those teams where they don't care how bad they do as a team? We care how good that we feel about you being as a driver. And Charles is safe, but I don't know if Ferrari is safe with Charles. Okay. Sainz, if they think that way, is not safe. If Charles stays with Ferrari, does Ferrari say to themselves, like, maybe Sainz is not the guy? Maybe we can get a better guy in this seat. Maybe there's a better guy that's available in this seat. How crazy would it be to see Albon go to Ferrari? How crazy would that be if Ferrari would be open to that? Because Ferrari comes off to me as a team that's a bit discriminative. They discriminate about maybe their driver pairings. They just kind of come off that way to me a little bit. But if Albon doing as well, I would like for Albon to stay with Williams, honestly. But what if Ferrari said, yo, we think Albon might be a guy who can push this second car a bit further up than Sainz could? Be crazy to see that. It'd be crazy for them to say, maybe we go ahead and maybe if Aston Martin don't want to put Philippe in there, maybe we decide we want Philippe. Ferrari's going to have to do something, not only with themselves. They're going to have to do something like Alpine. Alpine's like, yo, we got to change this shit. Like, you got to go. You got to go. Somebody else is going to go too. Who else want to join them? Who else want to grab their box and do the Jerry Maguire on the way out? Because Alpine is there. Alpine's like, we were so much better last season. We're so much worse this season. Let's find out why. Let's make these changes and get on with our life, because we cannot continue like that. All right, so let me do this real quick so we can keep on keeping on. I got to say a big shout out. Big shout out for this person. Big shout out for this viewer. Big shout out for this family member that has now reached VIP level. Put your hands together. Join me in congratulating Will I Am is the new Wolfpack VIP member. Congratulations, Will I Am. Also big and heavy in the kickback quality trivia games. Will I Am is our new and latest VIP member, bro. Get with me in the Discord chat. I will make sure, get with me in the Discord DM. Make sure your shipping address is updated. I'm going to get your box prepared and get it shipped out. Also, Broken Hypocrite, your Wolfpack Performance Podcast shirt will go out, and as well as the hat for Freak Dogs Flair. But big shout out to you all. Big shout out to Will I Am. He is the newest and latest VIP member. Please put your hands together. Congratulate Will. I am so excited for him. He will be live likely tomorrow for F1 Minute. So just know that. Will I Am is the newest and latest VIP member. So big salute to Will I Am. All right, somebody let him know. He might not be in the chat. All right, so let's get on with this. So yes, Williams, definitely. Now let's talk about this. Yuki. Oh, Yuki. Did Yuki not bring more groceries home? Did we not say this? Did Yuki Tsunoda not bring some more groceries home? Maybe it wasn't a big old box from Sam's Club. Maybe it wasn't a big box of groceries from Costco. But Yuki went to Publix. Yuki went to Kroger's. Yuki went to Aldi's and said, I'm going to bring dinner home. Yuki bringing more points home, while Danny Ricciardo did not come close to bringing points home, while he finished 16th. 16th, Danny. Is that what you doing? Y'all better put some respect on Yuki's name, bro. So here it is. We can see it right here. Yuki bringing home that last point, nearly bringing home 2 points ended up kind of getting, I think, suffering under the tire dig, and somebody, Ocon pulled a very nice move there. Stroll falling there. Let's see. We got super chats. The mechanic says, "What are your thoughts about the cape that Singer wore for the Belgian national anthem? Still shaken by it and will have nightmares." Let me tell you what happened. I went around the corner to go ahead and put my grapes in the refrigerator because I was going to get to eating grapes after this race, after I get off the live, and I like them cold. And as I came around the corner, I saw that, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Did this shit just change? Did the TV just change the channel or something? Yeah, I didn't know what the hell was going on with that. Like, and you know what they say, a lot of superheroes that wear capes usually get caught up and sucked into something. Watch Incredibles. They break it all down. Yeah, I was kind of like, I guess, everybody's got a style. Everybody got something they like to do. Let me see. We got another super chat. Yadu Walker. What's going on? Can the obvious be any clearer? Perez don't have Maxi's car. Red Bull just exposed himself thanks to Pad. Yo, okay, so this is still something that people are considering. People are still considering that the cars are not the same. Now we're kind of in this hot situation that Mazepin and them wanted to switch cars with Schumacher because they felt like the cars were different. Could they be? Maybe. We already know at some point they were. Could they be now? Maybe. But Perez had first place and definitely could not defend against Max Verstappen. He was able to still keep second place and make a podium. And I also got to say, Christian Horner with these comments, or Helmet with these comments of, Perez, just get it out of your mind of ever trying to be a champion, is wrong, right? To tell somebody that if they're on your team. I can say that. Perez is not on my team. If Perez is on my team, I would never dare tell him that. We have to be motivating of each other, right? I'm not going to choke the man's dreams out. We need to see what Perez is going to do after the break. Like I told you, and like Will said, he needs to be on podium more often than not in the RB19. But y'all might have a point, and people have kind of considered or suggested that they're not the same car. Extracts 38, congratulations, Will. Big shout out to the fam, congratulating. What else we got? We got another super chat. Blue Diva says, massive congratulations to my fellow Discord geek Will for getting his VIP membership box. Big shout out to Will. This is what I love about the family. They're so great at congratulating people when they get something, whether it's the trivia games, whether it's a birthday, anniversaries, VIP boxes. This is the type of environment that I love to be in. Lesh 430 says congrats to Will as well. So let's talk about this, man. Danny Rick, what you out here doing, bro? What are you out here doing? You got one more GP for Galactus. You got the season for me. Yuki just gathered up more points that you have not done anything yet close. If we see Yuki collect more points than Danny Rick by the end of the season, that's an indictment. You came back too early, or maybe you shouldn't have came back at all. All right. Nick DeVries, if you think about AlphaTauri, what did you really accomplish? If this is the performance that we'll see from Danny Rick throughout the rest of this season, and it's still early eve on his return, but not his time being in Formula One, and Danny Rick performs like this, you fired DeVries for not a damn good reason. You fired Nick DeVries for not one damn good reason. If this is what you're going to get from Danny Rick. Just saying. What would be the point? Red Bull decided that DeVries wasn't good enough. Red Bull decided that they had a rookie that they was going to cut loose prematurely while other rookies are still on the grid. We're not going to include Piastri in that. We'll go ahead and make Logan Sargent to come. You fired Nick DeVries, you brought in Danny Rick, and Danny Rick hasn't done really diddly squat for you since then. And if Danny Rick continues to perform like this, being 16th, 15th, anything out of top 10, you just wasted your time and hurt DeVries' feelings for not a damn good reason. Danny Rick, you shouldn't have came back. Should have stayed gone, brother. Just being real. Lesh 430, Galacticus, Lewis and Bottas would be within 2 seconds, not 20 seconds. Hey, good point. Good point right there, Galactus. Good point. Lesh 430, even when the same cars are 1 and 2, we still got to entertainment for the win. Yawn. Yeah, we get no entertainment for the win. You're right about that. That's very true too. The mechanic, the Discord lit for real. It's even better than the actual GP. Yo, the mechanic got some of the most quality shade. It is not even funny, the shade the mechanic got. It's like quality. So let's get to another driver pairing, shall we? Let's check out another driver pairing that we can kind of look into and question. I just gotta say, Alonso, you said not one more race weekend outside of podium, bro. You didn't get another podium. You made up a couple of spots, but you didn't get another podium. Stroll. Why is it that Stroll cannot do what Alonso was doing in AMR 23? Because he's not that good. And that is the same thing we might have to say about Perez and Max. It's the same thing that we're probably going to have to say about Logan Sargent and Albon. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that people should be yelling from the rooftops about Russell and Hamilton, since everybody wanted to try to dump on Hamilton last year while he was carrying the blunt of the work, while he was doing all the testing, while he was going ahead and taking the blunt of the work from the team, making the most critical mistake in his career, and Russell was winning up. Where are these people? We got to say that. Stroll is not doing it. Is it not time for Aston Martin to consider putting Felipe in? I would like to see if they're going to do that after this break. Aston Martin, you're going to have to make a move, because what you're doing right now is not in the groove. Piastri, unfortunately, is not in that box. Up until now, he had to go ahead and retire the car, DNF, but up until now, he's been performing. Stroll is not a rookie, and he's not performing well. He's not performing to where your car could be. Let me say that. Let me be accurate and say that. Stroll is not performing to the level in which your car is capable of going. Alonso is. I believe Alonso's a good catalyst for right now. All right. Spider R35, who we got? The mechanic says, the Discord got that. Spider R35 says, massive congrats, Will. Max 20 seconds ahead of Checo shows there's no way that this is the same car. Hey, there we go. Only a DNF will stop Max from winning every race. Shaking my head. That's those points are starting to really hone in and say something. And Galactic said this too, that it wouldn't be this far apart. There could be some difference there in the cars. I don't think it could surely be just drivers. Given what we saw Perez doing earlier in the season, I don't think Perez is in his head that bad to where it's 20 seconds difference between an RB19 from one driver to the next. We know that there's a marginal difference between these elite drivers, all right? And you're talking about Perez. He's not crap. 20 seconds between two RB19s? There might have to be something there. We might have to talk about that on F1 Minute. Matter of fact, I'm putting that down as a topic. There we go. Down as a topic. The other topic, I will come up with that one as well. We got one more topic we need for F1 Minute. We're going to talk about it tomorrow live, but you'll be able to come on and say what you got to say. Will I Am says, what's up, fam? I just arrived at my niece's birthday party. She's turning 19 today. Well, brother, she turned 19 today, and you turned into a VIP member, bro. You VIP now, bro. That's what I'm talking about, Will. Dodge Man, welcome back to the fam. What's going on? Will I Am says, I want to talk all of my Wolfpack fam. I want to thank all of my Wolfpack fam. Shout out to the ladies who take care of the pack. Mary, teacher and friend, Blue Diva, battle buddy, and fellow nerd. Sylvia Wick, find the shooter. She is the shooter. She is the shooter. Big shout out as well. Jesse James Bell, membership up in that thing. Also, Will says, shout out to Paul and Hill, Tri-State fam. That's what I'm talking about. Uno, my brethren, Galacticus, Juice Distributor, Musa, the Wise One, Wildcat, Judical, Carlos, Ben, Race X210, Grudge Racing Crew, Freak Dogs Flair, Trivia Man. Bro, I could trivia it up today. Jeff Allen, what's going on? Jeff is our swag. He's the person with the swag, all right? He comes in the F1 Minute. If he's there live tomorrow, you're going to see him change uniforms like it ain't nobody's business. Jeff got the swag in the group. Will I Am also says, and a special shout out to Jay. Bro, you go above and beyond in everything that you do. Your hard work is appreciated by us all. Thank you, bro. Thank you so damn much. I really do appreciate it, man. And y'all motivate me to keep going above and beyond. Y'all motivate me. Y'all keep me straight. Y'all tell me, hey, Jay, you might want to think about that again when I kind of go off the handle. Y'all make me motivated and definitely just keep giving me the determination from what's inside to just keep burning, man. It is a honor for me to do what I do for you all. For real, it is. I got the best community in the world. I'm telling you, I got the best community. Will I am. And thank you to anyone I missed. New VIP member. Woo, woo. Let's go. Wolfpack VIP up in the house. Let's get it. So what else we got? So let's talk about let's talk about these next people, okay? Let's talk about somebody else. Gasly, bro. Hey, sometime you can't let that sprint third place go to your head, bro. Ocon snuck in points and you out of points. Just one shy. I give you that. But you out of points. And I would like to also say that while Red Bull crapped all over Nick DeVries, Alpine, while you sitting around changing a lot of things, Gasly's ceiling is set. Gasly has not done, you look at it, he ain't really different. He ain't doing nothing different. Maybe Nick DeVries might do better with a team like Alpine, a team like Williams, a team that has better character, a better care for their drivers, more neutral for both drivers to be highly competitive. Maybe Nick DeVries can go to Alpine. Maybe Alpine, you want to consider that. Maybe you thought Gasly was going to be something that he wasn't because you felt like where you were last season, but he's not. And if you're trying to get somebody who might potentially have potential that somebody cut off a bit too early, hey, Nick DeVries is available. Maybe he can do something. Maybe mentally he can get over that. Felipe, I mean, if they not going to do nothing with him at Aston Martin, but let Stroll just run the team into the ground because he can't perform up to the standards that they really need him to, maybe Nick DeVries is somebody you need to try. But, I mean, you got Felipe right there in your garage, and you ain't even trying him, so that's a damn problem. Might be some organizational issues over there as well. And then let's go in here. Lando Norris bringing home some points. McLaren struggled today. I did say I would need to see them repeat what they did, Austria and Silverstone, unable to do that. Whatever the case may have been, he wasn't there. All right. He wasn't able. And I guess the good thing is he wasn't able to wreck up somebody's, trophy. But McLaren struggled today. Ferrari struggled by no means of their own today. But fortunately, Charles getting the podium. Alfa Romeo, they are what they are. Haas, they are what they are. But there are some driver pairings on there that maybe we need to look at, especially this drastic one from 10th to 16th with Danny Rick. Danny Rick, you ain't it right now. You got another GP to show somebody that you got something. We're going to talk about, I'm going to leave what I do want to say right now for F1 Minute tomorrow. I'm going to leave it because I'm going to leave it for tomorrow and then later on in the week because I think it's just too good not to have you all come on screen and say what you feel about what I'm going to say. But there was some shenanigans in today's race that I just got to talk about. The mechanic, missing person alert. Danny Rick missing since lap 2 at Belgium GP. Please send him back to the Australian when you found. Hey, I'm telling you, I got an Amber Alert. I had got an Amber Alert, y'all. When I was watching the race, my phone went off, and I said, what the hell? It was an Amber Alert for Danny Ricciardo. They was looking for him on the highway like, hey, last seen in an AlphaTauri car on such and such road looking for Danny Ricciardo. And I said, damn, I got to go out here and see if I can find him. Danny Ricciardo absent in today's race, while Yuki home and well, snuggled up in the bed like a little bug. Just saying. Yeah, he's missing. He's missing. He should have stayed missing, got his mind right, because evidently it wasn't all together yet. Because if Yuki can do that, what are you doing? There's no excuse for it, bro. We can't give you these same excuses or reasons for your performance. Galactus, Pia is king of the rookies. Too bad today. He is king of the rookies. That's my rookie. That's my succession plan. Pia going to be my driver. Pia is my driver. All right, I'm trying to tell you. Lewis Hamilton, my driver. Lewis Hamilton decides he done with Formula One. It's all me and Pia. And I'm going to probably pick up another one. I got Pia. I like Joe, but Joe just still like him. He just not. And Albon's my other one. Albon's my other driver. Definitely like Albon. So I did like the fact that Mercedes, the mechanic, Jay really with the ish. I'm trying to tell you, bro, Galacticus got that. I did like Mercedes. To me today did a very fine job on strategy. Good job on Lewis Hamilton to take that next call to try to get that extra point off Max and actually carried it through and executed. Russell, you got to get the hell out of the way, bro. In more ways than one. You was in the way yesterday and today. I mean, I understand. Everybody wanted to credit Russell with his last recovery, and he almost screwed it up himself. I understand 6th place, getting up them points. Lewis Hamilton only in 4th. There was a strategy situation that Ferrari did very good in covering that only kept Lewis Hamilton from getting 3rd. Last race, I had to really give Lewis Hamilton the blunt of the blame for not getting podium, for not being aggressive enough. Then what did we see? Lewis Hamilton aggressive with a Red Bull by way. Definitely should have only been a racing incident. He gets penalized. So I guess Lewis Hamilton can't win for losing. He can't win for losing. He just can't. And it's horrible, but something's got to change on that. So that was the race. The race was not boring. It was not a boring race by any means. It was not a boring race. But I think people make a very good point when you talk about 20 plus seconds between two RB19s, and we know Perez is not that horrible of a driver. I'm not going to believe that. I'm not believing that. So with people probably saying that there may be a difference in the car, we'll talk about that on F1 Minute. I want to hear you verbally express that. Verbally say what you do or don't like or feel about that. But big shout out to Baraka for winning $50 on the Visa gift card. Big shout out to Will I Am for becoming the latest VIP member. Tori Tacklin says, I'll keep saying it. Max and Checo do not have the same car. Bro, you're not the only one saying it. People out here really, really saying that. Also, they made Checo's car just fast enough to beat the rest of the field, but way slower than Max. Red Bull doing him dirty. And come on. I called it in the chat. I said I was off by 3 laps. I said Max P1, position 1 first by lap 20. He made it by 17. I'm sorry. With Perez behind Max at this point in time in his own drive, you can't tell me that he's that bad. He's not that bad. It cannot be he's that bad. Now, if you want to come and say, like, maybe Perez had tire deg and all this other stuff, bring it up to F1 Minute. Come on F1 Minute and tell me what you got. Then we got Galactic says Merc pits are the pits. Got to be 2.4 better. Merc's pit stops are horrible. They are absolutely atrocious. Mercedes pit stops are absolutely atrocious for what and who they are. And they got to do better. I'm telling you, they got to do better. You ain't fronting about that. Racer X210, FIA is a joke. Ferrari surprised me today. Yeah, they did me too. And I want more competitive racing next season. Everyone have a blessed Sunday. You too, brother. You have a blessed Sunday as well. Jesse James Bell says, I want to see Lewis come in IndyCar at the Long Beach GP like a Mansell and AD and IndyCar Championship, Le Mans, IMSA. Hey, maybe he might do that. Maybe Lewis will pick up some other driving when he's done with Formula One. Maybe he does. Maybe he does decide to do that. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe he decides to do that. But then maybe Lewis decides, I got so many other things that I could be doing that he might be done with racing. We'll just have to see what he does when it comes that time. I want Lewis to be able to have a machine that he can win another race in, because he does not have that machine. This is just true. Lewis does not have a machine that can win a race. Lewis has the ability to win a race. He does not have the machine to win a race. And I think that right there is an indictment on Mercedes. But yeah, we're going to see. So we got Galactus, Maria Duncan, Michael Dixon, Uno, Jeff, Derwin, Spider R35, Jesse James Bill, Racer X210, Blue Diva, Mary Beanie, Jeff Allen. Who else, what fam we got in the chat right now? Or did we have Electronic Cornbread came into the chat? Lesh 430. We got Marciano in the chat. Who else? What other family members did we have in the chat? Michael Dixon, Mary Beanie got you. Oh, we had George was in the chat. We also had Ernest in the chat. We had a bulk of family members in the chat today. So like I said, I think today was a very good race. I think it was very good in the midfield for sure. Jesse James Bell says after number 8. Oh, after I'm listen. I don't want people to get discouraged. I'm telling you. It is discouraging, but I'm telling you, Mercedes made a mistake. They didn't forget how to make championship cars. They made a mistake in making a car that wasn't a championship car. I think they're going to recover. Okay. Dean Too Cool says, no, Jay, this GP was boring. The car Perez is in is second slower. No way. No more cost cap. If the season is the same next year, I'm done with Formula One. Dean Too Cool, I feel you. I understand you. But there was some very challenging and competitive situations going on in the midfield. There definitely was that in the midfield. I'm trying to tell you it was there. But I do get what you're saying, and I do agree with you with the overall package of this season. But we just got to find things that are definitely still entertaining and telltale of where things could go next season. That we do got to do that. Michael Dixon, I don't know why you still can't get the Discord. Watch that video. That video will tell you how to get in. As I told you before, DM me on IG or DM me on Twitter, and I will see what I can do to help you out to try to get you into the Discord. I'm telling you, you need to get with me on Instagram at Wolfpack. Get with me at F1 Minute. F1 Minute on Instagram, or get with me on WP_performance for Wolfpack on Twitter, and I will gladly assist you on trying to get you in to the Discord, because you do have it, and we probably will find out very quickly why or where your issue is on getting in the Discord. So get with me so I can assist you. We got time throughout this time that they're going to be on break. So, you know, just get with me and we'll make that happen. So other than that, it was a very good midfield battle. We saw a lot of overtakes. Albon, congratulations to you. Only got you 2. Okay, well, get with me. I'm telling you, get with me on another platform so I can assist you, because YouTube took away instant messaging. YouTube used to have direct messaging. They no longer have it. So you need to be able to get with me on another social media platform like Instagram or Twitter so that I can assist you directly and more fluently to get you into the group. All right. If not, try to watch that video again. Galacticus, where is cost cap? We need to know after summer. We do need to know. They've been very quiet about the cost cap situation. They've been very quiet about the cost cap situation, and that concerns me. It concerns me about the integrity of Formula One and what they may have under their sleeve and what we're going to find out and not be very happy about. Let me see who else we got. Walter Shavers. I thought it was boring and unexciting for one driver and team to win all the time. What happened? I thought the changes were supposed to rectify that. I don't hear that from Crash fans anymore. It's funny, you don't hear that from them anymore, right? As much as they were barking and crying and whining about Mercedes dominance and it's not close and it's not fair, and Red Bull threatened to lead the sport, you don't hear them say that. That's a double standard. If you felt that way when one team was doing it, you should certainly feel that way if your team's doing it, because the dynamic or the feel of Formula One doesn't change just because it's your team. Your emotions and your happiness change about them winning, but you about the sport should have the same take, right? You should. But if you don't, then you're double standard and you're being conditional and you're being biased. Like, why you try to call everybody else biased? Walter Shavers, very good point. Very good point there. Who else do we have right here? Insured Frames. As certified hater, I enjoy the podcast. As a certified hater, hey, I appreciate it, Insured Frames. I really do appreciate it. No problem. Hey, everybody can't like me. Everybody can't like it. But some people find something that they do like about it. Dean Too Cool, I'm trying to get on the grudge racing. Dean Too Cool, anybody that wants to participate in the grudge race, we have a very long stint of break coming up for Formula One. So every Sunday, we're going to be grudge racing. Hit me up on the EA platform, okay? I'm about to put my gamer tag in the chat. Hit me up in the EA Sports platform. My game tag is Wolfpack F1. Send me a friend request to that gamer tag. I will accept your request. And then when we do the game, we do the races, I will go ahead, and if you're online, now I'm going to post when the race is going to start, free practice is going to start. You need to be online so I can send out the invites and you can get in. If you miss free practice, we start a new lobby for the race. You get on with that. Also, do not forget, I'm telling you right now, do not forget, we got this giveaway coming up after the season. We're going to have like a 10 race championship battle, points battle. Okay. Whoever wins at the end of the championship will get this entire package: a Fanatec steering wheel, a Fanatec wheelbase, and Fanatec pedals, along with other people getting prizes and wins along the way. Honey Buns will be there as well. Galacticus has offered up hats for people, or shirts, or merch, period. And you will be able to win that. But other people will win little things along the way. Do not miss out on this opportunity. We are going to have a good time when the season is over. Somebody is going to win this very nice sim racing package for somebody to keep racing, whether it's at Wolfpack Effort, but you do need to be a member of the channel. I'm not going to give something of this magnitude away for people that don't support, encourage, and always in the live chat, always in the comment section, always in the Discord. They deserve to have the rights to win this. So if your badge is not green, and I may change it to like a level just below green to get more people in, but if you have not been a member of the channel for 4 months or at least 6 months or more, and when we get there, if we don't have enough 6 months members that want to participate, 4 months or more, you will not be able to have an opportunity to win this package. That's just the way it's going to be. This package is going to a Wolfpack family member in the chat, in the family, in the Discord, somebody that will compete in the championship. All right. So that is what we're going to do. So don't miss out on that opportunity. Like, it's a very good opportunity. We're going to have a very good time doing it. Don't miss out on something like that. All right. Dean Too Cool, definitely send me that invite. Who else we got next? We got Jesse James Bill. Dump this Red Bull car design from the Red Bull FIA team. Dump the jumping jack car. Everyone had to find out what was wrong, but not Red Bull. I think that even if the FIA don't step in like Jesse James Bell is saying, because they've stepped in other situations. So, you know, for this to be prolonged going on, it is what it is. They got to at least let it go on this season because they're already in the season. But next season, we'll see what happens. But I think that coming up in the next 2 years, there's going to be a wall that Red Bull is going to hit in somebody. And if they figure out that wall, then kudos to them. But another team might figure it out, and we'll see another dominant team. If it's not Mercedes, maybe it's Ferrari. If it's not Ferrari, maybe it's Aston Martin. Spider35 says, funny how Lewis got track limits warning today. I know. It is funny how he got track limits warnings because we saw a lot of other people off track. Just saying. It's funny how he got that penalty. He shouldn't even got the penalty, but that's a whole nother egregious situation. So, yeah, we will see what happens with that. Today is Sunday following a race day for me and the little one. So we're going to do our ritual. We go get ice cream. We talk about the race, talk about how she felt. And I got some updates to make to the cart that she pointed out to me that's going to make her a little bit more comfortable in her seat. So I need to get that done ASAP. And that's what we're going to do. And I hope everybody comes tomorrow for F1 Minute. We will be here live for F1 Minute. Don't miss it. It's a live show where it's more about you than it is about me. You get to come on the platform verbally and visually and talk your F1-ish. So with that being said, this is another race weekend that I have thoroughly enjoyed being back in full form with you all. Tomorrow we are live on F1 Minute. Don't miss it. I will see you all soon. This is Jay, your host from Wolfpack Performance. I'm out. Wolfpack, peace.